Amanda, do the intro.
Which-
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we don't have an intro.
This is the second episode of Three People on a Couch. The
Yay!
most straightforward podcast on the internet. It's three people, we're on a couch, we're doing a podcast.
I really like that we have a name now.
Amanda, could you
I
give
do
us a
too.
theme song?
Not
I'll give
really.
you a beat.
This kid with the copyrights, he just
Yeah,
he's killing
just,
me.
no.
Christmas ones, he's like, I want you
No.
to sing Jingle Bells, the Michael Bublé version.
Is Jingle Bells not copyrighted, is it?
Let's not even push
Let's
the
not
envelope
try,
here.
yeah.
I want this to be a
Wow.
non-denominational type of podcast.
Yeah, let's.
What's going on in everyone's world?
Well, can we talk about the coffee first?
I think we should
Yes.
acknowledge the coffee
Yes.
because I don't know what you did to it, but
So
you
good.
you elevated it quite a bit considering we had the same blend this morning and we were both a little underwhelmed with it.
Yeah.
And what did you add?
Well, so my secret is, and for everyone listening, you can try this at home. So your intention should be to put just a dash of cinnamon, but you should not secure the lid completely. So instead of putting a dash, half the bottle falls into the coffee. And that's my secret. And then a pinch of pumpkin pie spice on top.
And I noticed you did do a little Reiki on it before you put it through.
Wait, what?
With intention.
Yeah, he did a little energy work on it. I saw him just
Oh.
harnessing the energy of the beans.
Yeah, but that's a LA thing. I
Yeah,
think.
you know-
like everyone does it.
Our
It
co-
almost has a sweet undertone to it, but
It's-
there's
it's
no
really
sugar in
good.
it at
It's
all.
really good
There's
coffee.
no sugar.
the,
Well done, Brian.
the
Thank you.
pumpkin pie makes it taste sweet. Like it almost has like a pumpkin spice syrup
Yeah.
in it, but it doesn't.
You know,
Yeah,
oat
it's
milk
really
would be
good.
nice in it too. A little creamy texture.
Yeah, now it's a lot of coffee talk. Oh, I want to hear about your weekend. Because last episode, didn't we say that
Brian went camping over the weekend.
he was searching for something?
There's about 22 people there. It was a lot of fun. So we initially we got there, we played a few games like an opening circle to get to know each other. And this was deep in like Big Bear Mountains. Like it was like 30 minutes on a dirt road
Uh-huh.
up in the hills, right? Like,
Okay.
away from civilization. And probably the biggest highlight is going to be we did a cacao ceremony.
What's that? Cacao ceremony?
Yeah. So cacao is it's basically like it's chocolate, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is a chocolate. It's like really high grade chocolate.
Uh-huh.
I think it is chocolate, but I'm not positive.
Cacao is the powder that you...
That's coca.
What's the
That's
difference between
Oh.
cocoa and cacao besides the two
I
letters
thought
at the end?
cacao was the
I
powder.
don't know, to
I
be
think-
honest. If we're gonna be honest here, I'm not sure the difference, but it tastes like chocolate,
Okay.
and it's legal.
Okay.
And but it acts as a way to sort of like open up your blood vessels, right?
Okay.
So we took this with a ceremony of that, and then we did breath work. Wow, have you done breath work before?
No.
You familiar with it?
No.
So it's basically like Wim Hof.
Yeah, is it the guy with the ice baths?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he does a lot of this. So we sort of basically did this. Breathe in. But we're laying down and did that for a little over 30
also
minutes.
known as pregnancy training.
A little over 30 minutes.
Honestly, like, how many people were you?
There's 22 of us.
20,
it
and
was one of the
everyone does
most-
that?
Yeah, and it's guided, so someone's guiding us through it, and there's music in the background. It was one of the most powerful meditative experiences I've ever done in my life. And I've done a lot of shit, from Vipassana in Vietnam to ashrams in India. This basically, like, I'm not even shitting you, Amanda. The intensity of it, some women were having full-on orgasms.
Oh my
Guys were
God.
screaming. People were screaming.
Screaming in pleasure or pain?
Both.
Oh my God.
Both. I cried for the first time in years. Because your body
You
takes over
cried?
the first time in years.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that powerful. And just breathing. But you tap into something in your body into like stored trauma, and it gets released through that sort of exercise.
Like, but with a lot of these, like, LA, because I really
It's not
see
an
this
LA
as that,
thing, though.
yes, it is. It is.
It's a world thing.
It
Breath
might,
work is not like Reiki.
no, yeah.
Reiki's Japanese.
Breathing is
I
so
get it.
Reiki's Japanese.
Breathing is LA.
Meditation, originated from India, Japan, or all around
I get
Asia.
it, but it's just like an LA thing to do it from here and go to Big Bear and do it in like a big group, because you wouldn't see that many things in Sweden where we do that. So that's what I mean with the LA thing. But I get it. Like it's
Well, I think LA attracts us because LA is like a place where people are looking
Yeah.
for spiritual growth because the
Yeah.
place itself is so toxic.
yeah.
Right? People here are just so
Everyone's so lost
partying,
here.
doing
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah.
They're lost. Everyone wants to be an actor, director, producer, or model. and then end up just working at like the restaurant serving you drinks.
Yeah.
And they're serving you drinks, but then you were also working at another restaurant the other day. It's like that's LA.
The other morning, Brian had onions for breakfast. I said, "Dude, you need breath work." And before I knew it, he took off to Big Bear on a retreat. And I was like, "I meant like Listerine, but if you want to have a Kundalini awakening,
Yeah,
You've done Kundalini. I've
spin
never
out my
done that.
back.
What was that like?
It's very similar. You do the breath of fire. You do the different.
What is that? What is the breath of fire?
It's a lot. It's like making yourself hyperventilate, basically.
Can you
So
show
from
us?
what? No, because you have to.
Just an example, not like don't
Well,
start hyperventilating.
But usually, like
Don't.
you're in a different type of position. Like you're on your back, or like
Just
you're
like roughly, is it similar to what I did?
Daddy. It's
I've done that. I've done that.
It's a lot of that for maybe like 15 minutes. So you get to the point where the oxygen that's flowing through you is in a completely different form, and that's when I think those emotions start coming up.
So it's very similar then.
Yeah,
to what I was doing.
It's similar. Kundalini incorporates that, but also like the yoga, the stretching, and different things.
Where'd you do this at?
There's a few places. There's one place on Highland called Golden Bridge. I don't know if it's still there. Then there was another place called like Nine Treasures,
I've heard of any of
which
these
was,
places.
I think it's still on Sunset in West Hollywood.
I just signed up for ClassPass. You know what that is?
No.
Oh, it's so cool. They give you like credit. You pay like whatever, like to say $80 a month.
Uh huh.
And you get a certain amount of credits, and you can use these credits at different gyms around LA.
Oh.
So I just signed up for that. Well, I signed up initially 2 months ago, but then I used all my credits and got a massage. and the reason I signed up again is because I want to do a Reiki session.
Oh.
But it costs 50 credits, which is the equivalent of like $70.
Oh.
But you should be using Groupon for those types of things because that's where you get the deals.
I should look into that.
Because this is what you do. You go to one of these places and get the first time deal, and you can get it for like maybe like $40, $30. You can get like a Reiki session. Then the normal price is like $150. And they're like, all right, Steven, want to make your second appointment? I'm like, that's cute. I ain't coming back here.
No.
I'm following the Groupon wherever it takes me. I'm bopping around to get that deal.
Have you,
That's
Amanda,
good.
would you be open to doing breath work or Reiki
Oh yeah.
and letting us film it and put it on the show?
Maybe
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Or at least
okay.
talk about it. How about you do it?
Yeah, I mean, okay.
And then tell us if you think it's all bullshit LA stuff or if maybe there's something to it.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah, I
maybe
mean-
we could have our friend Helen on, and she could guide us and do some of her crystals and
Ooh.
That would be kinda
that,
cool.
that kind of stuff.
And film it.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on. I mean, because yes,
It can get very powerful.
that's the thing. Like, I am
Are you ready
interested.
to orgasm on camera? You said you went to OnlyFans, but we might get that big O out of
If
you.
we get a sponsor, if someone sponsors this, I might. Not
we've got
Pornhub.
Groupon, we've got ClassPass. Who else can sponsor us?
I know. We just want to drop every
Japan.
company we can think of here. Enron.
I mean, yeah, but no, I'm
Can you
definitely.
imagine Enron sponsors us?
I get Enron stocks in my stocking every single Christmas.
Someone's on the naughty list.
I know. I was like, I wanted Tesla. But thanks. I'll take what I can
Do
get.
you know what Enron is, Amanda?
No.
So, Steve, do you want to explain it?
It's a company that it's more of a lifestyle. It was a company that basically they were like shorting all their stocks, and I think there was a huge like Ponzi scheme going on. So the company just like went under in glorious fashion, and everyone that invested lost their money. So it's like
Oh.
I think they're out of like Texas. It was like a big story. You
And
know,
then
like,
the owner apparently is supposed to face trial for like life in prison,
yeah,
and then had a heart attack
yeah.
a week before the trial, and then had a closed casket funeral the next day, so no one saw the body.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Drama.
So if we disappear after this podcast,
It's so crazy, these white collar prisons. It's like, I have tennis today, then we're gonna do 18 holes, and then I'm gonna go back to my cell. I guess it's like a 1-bedroom, 1 bath
prisons are
cell.
crazy. I was reading this book years ago. It's called Marching Powder. Have you guys heard of it?
No.
It's about a British backpacker who is trying to like smuggle cocaine out of the Amazon somewhere, Brazil or something, and he gets caught, and they throw him in prison. He ends up spending 5 years in prison in Brazil. But the prison's there. You pay money, and you can have more luxury. So if you pay, you can have a TV,
But
a maid. You can have
Okay,
girls
wait.
come over.
Where was this prison?
Seriously, this
Yeah,
is-
where
it's
was
like
this
a
prison?
dorm.
It was either Brazil or
Because I've heard a similar story about this crazy prison where it's
Well,
like
he
this.
got famous because of
hierarchy.
what is that travel site called? Not a Lonely Planet. So he got famous on Lonely Planet, so people would go to visit him, and he'd do tours of the prison as well for money.
I think I've heard that story.
What
yeah.
crazy is that?
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's South America.
It kind of makes sense. These prisons are businesses, and they figure if people have money to spend while they're in there, we're not tapping our resources.
He got so much money from the tours that he then opened up restaurants inside the prisons, and then hired workers to work, like hired inmates to work at the restaurants.
Are you sure you could just have girls over though? That
You have to
like,
pay. You have to pay.
Oh, so it's not like on the books. These people want to be paid off.
Oh yeah,
I imagine
you got to pay the guards.
It sounds like a freshman dorm. It's like a theme party. It's felons and melons this Saturday. Like, wear your best orange jumper, ladies. That's what it seems like to me. But it makes sense because a lot of these foreign countries, like you can bribe your way into and out of things.
Yeah, it's a crazy book though. Highly recommend it.
I feel like you can do that here too, but there's a higher standard. You have to be playing with millions. You can't give like $100.
Yeah.
What can I get?
Here's $20.
I mean, honestly, if you have enough money, you probably don't even have to go to jail.
Exactly. When you have so much money, you become above the law.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Amanda, Steve, do you guys normally twin, or is it just special occasion for today?
We are twinning.
Oh.
You know what's funny? I'm wearing the same outfit you wore last time. I thought there was a chance you were going to wear it too, and I was just going to not say anything.
That would have been really funny if we're all wearing the same outfit. Should I change?
No. But I mean, I have my 70s jeans on.
We are twinning. I just noticed.
Yeah.
We're like Hansel and Gretel. If I was blonde.
That would be funny if I was.
This is a classic look, like a white tee and jeans, a black tee and jeans. You would know.
Yeah,
you rock.
Yeah,
that's
you
my
do.
Look. 5 out of 6 days.
So you guys have stolen the signature Brian Siegel look.
Yeah, sorry.
I feel like this was like the look I wore to pass off as like straight most of my life. It's just like
you do look straight.
It's working. No, it's also the look when you don't have a ton of money to spend on clothes.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
So people look at us and they think, oh, they don't have a ton of
money. Like these guys that you see wearing these like even like Supreme or these brands out on Fairfax, shirts are like $300.
Yeah.
For Supreme?
This is like for some of them on the Fairfax district, this like streetwear type of clothing. This shirt, it's like a pack of these is $10, but some shirts, if like the Yeezys or like Kanye West clothes, it's like $300, $400 for one piece of it.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it. It's all about the fit. I feel like how it fits, and certain colors look better on people than others. I like having a tan and wearing Hanes. I like my shirt brand to match my underwear.
Just call this the Sponsor Us podcast.
Please. Did you ever
sponsor us?
Hey,
episode.
Thanks for the Sponsor Us podcast.
You ever just want everyone to sponsor us?
Do you remember the Mandela effect?
Yeah.
Have you heard the one for like Fruit of the Loom? You know Fruit of the Loom?
No.
I think it's an underwear brand.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Mandela effect is that people remember Fruit of the Loom, the logo having like a cornucopia of fruit in it, but apparently that never existed. They've never had a cornucopia of fruit next to their brand.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Are you
like,
sure?
I don't know this brand.
No, wait. Fruit of the Loom definitely has grapes next to them.
I might
hang on.
I might be getting it wrong, but
wait.
Just search Fruit of the Loom Mandela effect because there's something involving it. It means there's a group memory of something else in another reality. Yeah, images.
Yeah, bro, it's got fruit.
All right, type in. my apologies. Type in Fruit of the Loom Mandela effect. There is something about it.
Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Okay, here we see it.
So Mandela effect, can you explain that? What that means?
The Mandela effect, it originated from Nelson Mandela and people thinking that he's
dead, right? That he died in prison.
That he died in prison, but he never did. And there was this group memory that happened. And what's the one with Fruit of the Loom?
I'm trying to find it.
One article says
the Fruit of the Loom logo has never had a cornucopia in the background. This is
what's a cornucopia?
It's it's the basket that's holding it. That's what it is. It never had the cornucopia.
Wait,
and now
cornucopia is a basket?
A cornucopia is like a basket of like produce.
One. This is the actual one, but
yeah. Everyone do you remember it being a basket or just the fruit?
Just the fruit.
So no loom. Just
so
fruit.
Then you had no
what's
effect.
a loom?
A loom is when a man and a woman I don't even know, to be honest. It's been looming over me all day. I was like, what is it? I really don't even know. But I guess the Mandela effect was that there was a cornucopia.
So everyone thought Mandela was dead, or he died in prison.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the same. Yeah, but he never did that. But so many people like remember it and think that. It's the same with the Monopoly guy.
Wait, one of the most well-known examples of the Mandela effect is the collective memory of a movie called Shazam.
Yes, with Sinbad. Do you
that
remember
was a movie?
No, it wasn't.
What do you mean?
It was never a movie.
Shazam.
I remember.
He's a genie.
Yep, everyone says it's not a movie. Doesn't exist.
Wait, hang on.
No one can produce a copy of the movie. There was a shared memory from a ton of people that Sinbad, who's a comedian and actor, he was in a movie called Shazam where he played a genie. He was granting this kid a bunch of wishes.
You're messing with me. Of course there is.
It doesn't exist, and no one can ever produce a copy of it.
What do you mean it doesn't exist?
Find it.
Wait, dude, no. What?
There was Kazam, which was Shaq. It was similar, and everyone had. I haven't.
Kazam.
See,
Oh yeah.
You're thinking, but there's this memory of Shazam, Sinbad.
They just sound similar.
No, there's even this. I have an image in my head of Sinbad actually in this like genie attire.
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean no? I had the same.
No.
So there's no one in a genie attire. That never happened.
Sinbad never was.
Who was?
Shaq, but not in the same way you think. He wasn't dressed in the same way. If you type in Sinbad Shazam and go to Google Images, I think there will be an image of what you think it is, but it doesn't exist.
What?
But like the most famous one I know, it's the Monopoly guy.
What is that one?
Like, you know, Monopoly. We're just gonna wait for Brian here to let this fact go in. Brian.
Wait a minute. Star Wars. What does Darth Vader? Guys, this is big. What does Darth Vader say to Luke?
Luke, I am your stepfather.
No, really. What does he say?
No, he says, "I am your father," but he doesn't say Luke.
Hey, how'd you know that?
Because I know all the
She
Mandela
knows the
effects.
Mandela effect.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
How do you know that? What?
Because Mandela effects are pretty popular.
Yeah. And the one that blew me away when I was a kid, it's the Monopoly guy. You remember the logo? It's a guy with a mustache.
Yeah.
And so many people remember him having
He's a monocle.
Yeah, no.
What do you mean?
He
no?
doesn't have that.
What? You guys are just messing with
So
me.
do you want to know what the Mandela effect is? This is what I've heard. It's the collective consciousness shifting to a parallel timeline, and we still have some remnants of the other timeline where we have this.
Really?
Our consciousness has this shared memory of the other timeline, but we're not on it anymore. So the whole past has changed, and we're on a completely different parallel time stream now. We have a completely different past. This is why we feel like we can all say, "No, I remember it. We all remember it, but there's no evidence of it because we're on a completely different, discrete parallel track with a different history."
This is crazy. Wait, I feel like
You're just like, do you see? He doesn't have it.
he must have dropped it.
No, he never had it.
What?
I know, but that is my favorite because I clearly remember that he had one of those round ones.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
I remember him having contacts, but I had a different version. I know, like the later one, he has LASIK, so that kids have different interpretations.
Yeah,
of it
first it started with this one. And then
yeah, exactly.
And then
he had glaucoma on the one I
insane.
got.
Shazam is not. Wait, but Shazam was a movie made recently.
No.
Yeah, there was a movie called Shazam. Came out with that one actor like 2 years ago.
They did that, obviously, to a nod to the Mandela effect, probably.
Is that why?
Because
Yeah,
the Shazam
probably.
Mandela effect is one of the biggest
I thought
ones.
Was a cartoon character.
No, it's Sinbad, the actor, comedian.
Like I feel like I'm not an American, which I'm not.
I'm blown
Good.
away by this. This is how I want to spend.
I don't.
Okay, so Shazam was a movie that came out in 2019.
Okay.
This one allegedly came out in the 90s, the one you're thinking of.
That's
The Sinbad one that doesn't exist.
That is so interesting. A whole movie that doesn't exist?
wait,
whole
yeah,
movie.
Sinbad Shazam, the strange case of a movie that doesn't exist.
There's people that swear they had it on VHS.
Dude, I might still have it.
Prove it.
And if I have it, what does it mean?
If you have it,
you're going to become the front page of Reddit.
yeah, you're
Maybe
gonna be
So wait,
famous.
there's no movie of Sinbad coming out as a genie. That doesn't. There's no such thing. He never played a genie.
Nope. He's even said himself, I never played a genie in a movie.
Illuminati.
That's it. I remember this. This doesn't make sense.
Oh my god,
You guys are
so
fucking with me.
you're so worked up.
This is just the nature of reality, and you're shifting through timelines, and you need to accept that. Okay.
Wait.
That is crazy, dude.
Well, there was a movie with another guy.
There was Shazam with Shaq. But there's two different movies in everyone's memory. There's a reason why we have these Mandela effects, and it's because of
what's Shazam about?
Shazam is Shaq granting a kid wishes.
Close enough.
No, there's so many people, myself included, that had this image in our mind of Sinbad playing a genie, and you can even like see the cover of it, because the genie that Shaq plays does not look the same.
But he does play a genie.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So do you still believe the Mandela effect?
No.
This is you having to logic. You have to logic it, because if this is true, then everything else is
Luke,
up for interpretation.
I am your father.
He doesn't say Luke.
He doesn't say
No,
Luke.
he says, "I'm your father."
I am your father.
So many people add that like Luke part.
Hey,
I know.
you. Hey, buddy. I am your father.
Dude.
Excuse me. I am your father. Oh, sorry. I am your father.
I'm sorry.
When it comes
sorry.
to 16-year-old Luke, you are the father.
You are our father.
There's also the paternity tester back.
But
You
I
are
mean,
the father.
I think it's really interesting with that fact, because I remember when I discovered it, and it was with the Monopoly guy, obviously, but I never heard that theory about why it occurs.
Yes, that's
Are we going to go there?
That's my understanding.
No, but he already told us, you know?
Oh.
No,
Brian,
but I
Brian
just
doesn't
like,
accept that explanation, but I believe that is what's happening. It's happened multiple times. Not to
No
go
pun intended.
Yeah. Not to go too deep into the rabbit hole, but it happened another time that I've heard revolve around the assassination of JFK. That was another time where we switched timelines in the 60s. I think we mentioned JFK in the last one too, so I'll just say it what I've heard. Allegedly, JFK disclosed extraterrestrials, and the public went into a mass panic, went into psychosis, couldn't handle that information, and it led down a timeline where society was basically imploding. So the whole collective shifted into a parallel timeline, like went to sleep, woke up the next morning in a different timeline with a completely different history, and he never said that. He was still president, and then before he had the chance to say that, because it rewound, so to speak, they assassinated him to prevent him from disclosing that.
that
And
is
destroying
so
the world.
weird.
Yeah, that was a huge effect of it. It was the collective consciousness wasn't ready to handle that information. You can even see
So essentially, this is one of those, like, if you could go back in time and kill baby Hitler, would you do it situations, except for he wasn't a baby, and they killed JFK. So
He
you're
wasn't
saying-
a baby.
in this theory, not saying I believe in it, but in this theory, it's basically saying that JFK was responsible for the demise of the world,
the demise in a way
of
but,
America.
but it was really because the consciousness wasn't ready for it. Now they're massaging this information into us, and if they say extraterrestrials are real for sure, people aren't even going to care. They're like, what if my stimulus check? Like people have been
Literally,
Pe-
during the pandemic, when New York Times had that bombshell report about the UFOs and how all these military people who recorded it was all real.
Yeah.
I asked people, it's front page, and I was like,
no one cares.
Yeah, no one cared. I was like, "Did you hear about the UFOs?" Like, yeah, I think I saw something, but I was like, "You saw something about the government admitting that there's these UFOs that don't know what they are, where they come from?" Yeah, but literally, like, did you get your first stimulus check?
People are so traumatized that they
I
don't
also
even
want
care.
a stimulus check.
Can you get one?
No.
I've told people, like, there's extraterrestrial ships that are going to be landing soon, and the only thing they care about, do you have to be vaccinated to get on it? I was like, oh my god, you're missing the point.
And yes, 3 boosters.
Yeah, you need 3. You need Pfizer.
What if, like, it was only like, oh, like Americans can't come, but Canadians can come on the ship?
Well, I already heard you have to bring
Ooh.
girls, or you're not going to get on the ship. Like
Probably.
the
Is there a
ETs,
cover
like,
charge?
they're not.
Probably.
For guys, there are.
Ugh.
Like, hey, we're full right now, guys.
We'll take
hold
an
on, a group of
organ.
girls. Yeah, we can fit 4
Oh
girls.
yeah, that's how it's going to be.
That's an interplanetary phenomenon.
If
It's
there
not
was-
exclusive to the Earth. They're always.
If there was one place
Ladies
in
and-
LA that was most likely to secretly be run by aliens, like one like bar,
a bar?
which bar in LA would you think would be most likely run by aliens?
in LA, probably one in like Topanga area, since it's
Mm.
so
I've never-
clandestine and it's
Uh.
really
You know-
cool. It's a very artsy little village.
I've never been to Topanga.
Oh,
Me
you should
neither.
go.
Let's go.
Right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's go.
It's
No,
supposed to be really cool. Like, I feel like I keep hearing that's
I
like
spent a month there one night. 2 weeks ago.
A month there and one night.
A month there one. It's like a saying that like it felt like a long experience.
Oh.
Was when I spent a month there one night.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Actually, Kramer says it once in Seinfeld. He's like, I spent a month there one night. He said he also, this is an offshoot of one time he said like, I spent the weekend at Liza's, and then Jerry's like, Manelli's? He's like, no. And he like walks out the door. I feel like I get a lot of my inspiration from him. But yeah, Topanga.
Are you a big Larry David fan?
Yeah, I am.
Do you watch Curb?
Yeah.
Really?
I do. And I was actually I'm in background in an episode.
Oh, shut up.
What were you gonna say about Curb?
I've never watched a full episode of Curb.
Oh, you should start now.
Should I?
Why
I've
don't you
never
wanna watch
watched it.
It's really, really funny.
Wait, what did you guys both just say at the same time?
I said you should, and she said I never watched it.
I
I
really
really
do a
li-
Curb watching party.
How come you've never watched it?
Never watched it.
You don't like watching scripted comedies?
No. Some. I like some. I like dark comedies, like things like not even so dark, but even things like Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
That's actually
like
really
that
funny.
John Apatow stuff. Like I find him.
Judd Apatow.
What did I say?
John Apatow. He's
Let's
a
edit that.
he's a podiatrist.
We're gonna
John Apatow. Yeah. Get your
his
Snickers.
stuff.
Like Anchorman.
I
really
the
like
first time I watched Anchorman,
Anchorman's so
I hated
fun.
it.
I loved it.
And the
Really,
second
it's
time, I
the
loved
best.
it.
It's so good.
It's
so
I
good.
walk-
It's
Actually,
a quote machine. It's the biggest
Yes,
quotable movie
yes.
of our lifetime.
Honestly-
When did that come out?
2004.
Yeah, he's better.
So I would have been what, like 14?
16 and
14, 2004.
What?
No.
14.
I think I was like,
I was born in 90.
you were?
So 14, 15 when it came out.
Yeah, it was PG-13.
I remember
you have
seeing-
no excuse.
No, I saw it with my sister, but she hated it so much. She's like, we're leaving.
Are
And
you
we walked
kidding me?
out.
What?
If
We
my
walked
sibling
out.
did that, I would
was-
say we're good. Like
I'm
we're
pretty
good
sure.
for a while.
Well, that's a memory from a different parallel timeline. But
It could
pretty
be.
sure that- I'll call my sister and I'll be like, did you walk out? She's like, what are you talking
No,
about? I'm
your
like,
sister went. She goes, "This movie sucks. Let's watch Shazam." You're like, yes, no Shazam.
No, but honestly, that is like
Wait, I
the
think
best
we-
movie.
Wait, hang on.
The best comedy.
I feel. Who can we call right now and ask about Shazam live on the podcast? Helen. Let's try this.
Okay,
Isn't she at work?
Oh, is she?
She might be.
we'll see. See what she
It
says.
is 2:00 on a Tuesday. We just think let's call this person, make him be on the
Let's
party.
call them. We don't have a job.
It's just calling, but that's it.
I'll put the dial tone in and post.
Yeah. I mean, but I think it's funny because you say it's so quotable,
Yeah.
Anchorman, and it
Weird.
really is. Like, I quote so much from it, and I don't even realize that not everyone has
Oh,
seen it
no.
and that it's not a cult classic.
Yeah.
Because I go like, Scotch.
I love Scotch.
I love Scotch.
But I saw
You
it
know,
again,
and
it's
stuff like that.
hilarious. When I
It's-
saw it older, like in my
Your sister
20s,
tainted your memory of it, I think.
I still enjoyed it.
It's so good.
I think Will Ferrell. I think Will
That was his
Frenstein
best
is
work.
hilarious.
There was a girl, my freshman dorm in Boston, who everything she said was an Anchorman quote. Like, "Oh, hey, Laura, how was dinner last night?" "It was amazing." I was like, this is
I love her
it was-
already.
It was like
Some
it got
people
excessive
actually-
though.
Wait,
It was
some people
excessive.
actually developed Anchorman personalities. They
Yes.
still have it.
Yes, because I think it was a good comedic personality where
So
people can
fun.
connect with you and like, "Oh, Anchorman." It was
But
almost
they forgot they were doing it. I've
Yeah.
met people like this.
it was that quotable. His character was that larger than life. It was
Oh.
He really was.
it was incredible.
yeah.
He's done some amazing work. They made the sequel. I don't remember anything of the sequel. Do you? You remember there was a sequel?
There was no sequel.
Shazam 2, yeah. No, Anchorman 2.
They never made Anchorman 2.
Yes, there was.
I'll
yeah,
put
I
money on
remember
it. No,
that.
they didn't.
No,
There-
no, it
Why
was.
didn't.
Are you messing with us?
Do not feel me hitting your elbow to go along with me.
I've seen the movie.
Amanda, in America, when I nudge you, it means go along with me. Let's talk about plants, baby.
Let's talk about you
plants.
and me. I
Did-
gotta edit that out too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Copyright.
So, what is going on in everyone's love lives? What's everyone's love language? How about that?
I want to hear what Amanda's love life is going on, and then we get to the love languages.
I want to hear love languages first, though, as a precursor to this. My love language is acts of service, whether it's UNICEF, picking up trash on the side of the freeway, those type of acts that get me off, and it's a tax write-off. No, mine is touch and acts of service.
I honestly don't know my love language.
There's a book. I have it.
It's
Yeah,
like,
and I've read it.
It's
I honestly have read it, but I don't know
There's
what
a book. I have it. Yeah, I've read it, but I have no idea.
it's like
I have still no idea what my love language
so it's
is.
like touch, gifts, acts of service.
I do it all.
Exactly. That's how I feel too. Why do I have to choose one?
Well,
Like
yeah.
I want to be touched, but that kitchen floor is not gonna clean itself. You know, I need both, and I want gifts.
Everyone has so yeah, obviously no one's like, oh, why'd you get me a gift? I hate you.
No.
Like, everyone likes all of these, but certain people will like ones more than others.
That is true. I have.
So-
Especially in LA.
Yeah, except
It's like,
gifts.
oh, thanks for the hug, but I wanted a Range
What do you
Rover.
think yours is?
True.
Like if a guy sent you flowers one day or like some chocolate just for no reason.
Yeah, that's cute.
Or so do you like these sort of things, or like do you like more like if someone like hugging you or embracing
The other one is affirmations, like you're doing a great job, and that's important to me too. Even more so than gifts. It's like, oh, Apple Watch, but he didn't say he loves me. You know,
I got a Range Rover, but I
Yeah.
don't know where we stand.
the Range Rover, but it was a lease.
Yeah, that sucks.
It was getting repoed.
I mean, when it comes to love language, I don't know. Because before, when I was younger, I had such a hard time with touch. Like, I was very sensitive to touch, like, from everyone. It was like I would have felt this, that we're connecting right here. I would have felt that so, like, super strong. But right now, I feel like I like touch more. I like to hug and, you know. So I guess your love language can change then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think it can
And
change
I
as you
think-
grow and get
yeah,
older.
as
and
you work
I
through
think-
like intimacy challenges, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm more comfortable with this now.
I mean, for me, I think I have like issues with trust. So
Can I borrow $1,000?
no,
Why?
because I don't trust you. I have trust issues.
you won't even let me. You won't even let me plug your iPhone into my computer because it says, "Do you trust this device?" And you're like, "I'm not ready."
I'm
to
not.
Do this
I'm
with
not
you."
ready for a
I
commitment
was like, this
right
isn't
now.
an Apple thing. It's not a-
No, but I like all of the
All right,
love
let's
languages.
say you met a guy,
Yes.
right? And he was
Okay.
perfect in every way except he never said positive things to you. He never said negative things either. He never
Okay,
said
wait.
he never was like, you
He
look
ne-
beautiful, or like, wow, I love that dress, or like you just radiate today. He never just say anything
Okay.
at all.
Didn't never compliment you.
He never
Didn't put you
complimented
down, but
you
just was in a
and
different.
never put you down.
It was just neutral and kind of like, "Oh, you ready to go?" Like
Yeah.
you get dressed up to go out for a fancy dinner. It's like, "All right, you ready?" Not like, "Oh my god, babe, you look amazing." Is that important to you?
I mean, but that is such a weird question because it's important to everyone,
Well,
right?
this is
Like,
about you.
of course, it's
But
important.
But he was great with physical touch. He always gave you gifts
But he never said anything positive about me.
or negative. He was just
Or
neutral.
negative. So he's
She's
not.
dating a robot. But
Yeah.
Hello,
I'm,
Amanda.
I'm dating someone that cannot communicate. Okay.
You should hear him dirty talk. 01101 0111.
Yeah, because if he can't say anything negative,
So
he
it's-
can't
that's a
do
deal
dirty.
breaker.
But then he can't do dirty talk either, right?
I mean,
You dirty slut. He's like, he can't do that.
no, you could do that. You could do that.
You can do that, but
I
I'm
that's
like-
never gonna compliment you in normal day-to-day life.
I like dirty acts of service. That's what I
dirty
like.
acts of service.
Dirty fucking trash can. Someone needs to take you out and throw you in the.
Or what about
Okay.
what about if he like hated cuddling? Like he was fine with sex, but he hated cuddling.
Does anyone call it cuddlingus? You know, like cunnilingus, but cuddlingus.
Yeah.
I had a very hard time to cuddle before.
Oh, so you don't like to cuddle?
I didn't like to cuddle. I think I would enjoy it more now.
When's the last time you cuddled? What are we, 4?
Should we have a cuddle podcast where we're all like cuddling, talking? Would you consider? You want to be a big spoon or little spoon? Are you verse spoon?
I don't know. I'm.
Wait, so
Both.
after you hook up with a
Do
guy, you
both.
don't cuddle at all?
You can be small. And
I like being
and-
big spoon
after
most of
you
the time.
hook-
'Cause it's more comfortable.
Do you hook up? after
No,
you hook
not with the
up?
hair.
I mean, what?
I do it before.
Do you cuddle after you hook up?
I do it during. Yeah, ideally, not always. Like I prefer that. That's just as important to me. To the intimacy, the affection. Everyone wants affection. That's the underlying impetus for the sex. Most of the time, you want to be made love to. You want to make love. You don't want. Sometimes you just want it to be physical. But if you're not having affection, intimacy, you're not going to feel fulfilled in a relationship. I'm not, at least.
So, You don't cuddle after. You just like that was sick.
Like,
you
pump?
That was
you
awesome.
cuddle like
Sick, bro.
you bomb like you definitely. Should we?
No.
We talk about you know who?
You know who.
Do we want to talk a little 23andMe? Should we-
Okay, I
What did
admit
you
it.
know?
I admit it.
What do you admit?
I have been sleeping with a 23-year-old.
Just like you guys just go to bed together? Like you just
Trying out
10
mattresses.
p.m.? Like,
No, so
and how's that going?
it's going no more.
Oh, it ended.
Yes,
Oh.
because
Congratulations.
yeah, I mean he's 23.
So congratulations.
I mean, come on.
Hey, I'm really happy for you.
I mean, the thing that sucks about it though is that I finally found someone to have sex with, and now I cannot anymore because he's 23 and just immature because
When-
he's 23.
When a guy says he
How
wants
old
to,
are you?
28 soon.
when,
Wait, it's 3 years younger than you, 4 years.
5.
5. When
Can
I'm
you edit that out?
Your math is your
I
problem.
know that's
I'm
on you.
I'm sleep
I mean,
deprived.
there's a big maturity gap when a guy's asking to see your tits because he needs breast milk. You know he's probably too young for you.
Yeah, I should have seen that.
Yeah.
So
He
how
doesn't
long?
do anything with him.
how long
Tries
did
to
it-
put it in a bottle? I don't know.
It wasn't that long. It was like 2 weeks when we constantly hooked up.
Oh, it's just a 2-week thing.
Yeah, it was just a fling. But the thing is, it's big to me because that was the first person I had sex with after my ex-boyfriend.
How long ago was that?
About 8 inches.
About 6 months ago.
Okay, so you felt like it was more than just sex. You were developing feelings.
I mean, not really, but you know how it is when you haven't had sex in a while? And then you're like, oh, is this? And especially when he was younger and immature, it's like, what are we doing and how
Yeah.
are we doing this? Because I think it's hard to have just a fuck buddy relationship.
Yeah, I think to the age difference, even though maybe I didn't do my math right before, there is a huge difference between being 23 and being 28. You're almost
Oh,
like
yeah.
30.
Yeah.
You're more serious. You're career driven.
Yeah.
You want to like build something. You know, you're not looking to like just have fun and party. And
Yeah, and I
but
mean-
23, you're looking to have fun and party. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. I mean,
No,
that's-
it's nothing wrong. And
Yeah.
he will meet a beautiful girl in 5 years that is 18 years old, and then they're going to end up marrying. You know, that's honestly, like, I should probably, if I'm going to date someone,
Yeah.
he have to be at least 35.
Right.
in my
you want
book.
someone who has their shit together.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's good.
But also 23 in LA is usually the maturity is much lower than maybe 23 in
Oh, yeah.
another city
Anywhere
where
else,
it's like
anywhere
else.
they have their own
Oh, yeah.
business, they do this, they have
For
the
sure.
flow of life. Down here 23 is like, oh, you're
I mean, there are some
You're a
23-year-olds
disaster.
here that are like, I'm an entrepreneur and stuff like that tries to have their shit together, but they're still
Wait,
23.
I took a screenshot of something. And
Okay.
I want to show it to you.
Do it.
And maybe see if you can put this up on the camera. So this is about LA, right? Reality. Okay, wait. Insta bio. Blockchain enthusiast, cryptocurrency influencer, chief visionary, serial entrepreneur, founder, empowering, life coach, father, trendsetter, top 1% of LinkedIn profiles, speaker, TEDx. That's Insta bio, then reality, unemployed.
exactly. It's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
I'm a Reiki influencer that trades crypto and I do DoorDash. It's like, oh, okay. So
Yeah,
It's-
that's the thing.
how's the
Like,
stimulus check?
but that's the thing. Like, so if I'm gonna go out dating now, it's gonna be hard because everyone's gonna be an actor or producer, and then when you scratch the surface, you're like, DoorDash, isn't it? It's DoorDash.
What's wrong with actors?
Yeah,
he had this
I'm gonna
amazing
say
like
that.
Versace suit on, and once I got the jacket off and finally undressed him, DoorDash t-shirt. I knew it.
DoorDash. Damn
He was
it.
good. He got me going for a while. He took me to Mastro's and everything was good. And then I heard that notification go off, and he's like, I gotta go to Wendy's. I gotta pick it up, $5.50.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of people here, but it's because it's a super creative city, and creativity doesn't pay for a while, if ever.
It's a
Yeah.
dreamer city, so a lot of people come here from other places. They want to run away from their lives, or they want to reinvent themselves. And there's not much of a linear path. Whereas if I know I want to do accounting, and I graduate with an accounting degree from a business school at 21, I'm going to be at Price Waterhouse. At 23, I'm a junior account manager
Yeah.
at Ernst
Yeah.
and Young or something.
That's every creative profession, artist. Unless you're working for like a big company as a graphic designer, if you're freelancing and trying to make it, I mean, you have to have survival jobs.
I know, but that's
LA
the thing.
is just the epicenter of that, and it's a lot of people who like call themselves an actor, a singer, a director, but they don't do anything ever. They're not in any acting classes. They've never been on set. They don't even do they don't do whatever that is. They just call themselves that until they don't.
I know, but that's kind of what I like. I didn't like it in the beginning when I first moved here because I'm coming from a country even where everything is supposed to go, the accounting path kind of. But now I really have learned to appreciate this creativity and, all the people and having the freedom of doing. What? Like what?
No,
DoorDash.
When you hear the Uber Eats notification go off at the altar, you're like, damn it, he got me this far. I'll be right back. I swear, it's just it's 10 items, 2 miles. I'll be right back.
I mean, yes. I mean, it's gonna be hard to go out and date men or guys or.
Do you feel like it's difficult to date here? Like,
I mean, I haven't
do you
really.
think you'd have it locked down? You'd be married.
Oh yeah, in Sweden, I would have been. Home. But the problem in Sweden is that then I would also have that linear job position. And then I would have my boyfriend or my husband with the same linear.
Boyfriend and husband.
Boyfriend and husband. Both of them having the same linear job.
But
and then kids and, like a house and
would
a
you
dog.
be fulfilled with that?
No. So I'm happy
Would
with
you be
that.
willing to date? Say you meet a guy, he's 35 years old.
Uh-huh.
Everything you can imagine. He even does all the little acts of service and compliments.
He does everything.
But,
all the love language.
But
yes,
he's he's an entrepreneur. He's trying to launch his business, but he works at a restaurant full time currently at 35. All right, we'll be right back after the break.
Okay, but that is such a hard.
Say no more.
Say no more. Okay.
You answered it.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. No. I would date him.
You would.
I would probably.
I don't believe that.
Yes,
What if
because.
he was a dishwasher? He's like, I'm not even a server yet. Like, I'm just comfortable doing like the glasses.
But it all
and
depends on his
plates.
personality. Like you can tell if a person is like, I want to launch a business someday, and then you're like, okay, but do it. But if he's like, okay, I need to do this because of money, but I'm really into it. You can kind of.
It depends on the
feel.
potential you see in them.
What about if
and
he
their
wasn't
drive.
ambitious at all, but he was so caring and loving, and like his dream in life was to be the best husband and the best dad?
That sounds so cute, though.
This moment brought to you by Hallmark.
But there's things to consider. What if you want to live in LA off of that salary and you're expecting? Are you going to be stressed out at that point if you're about to bring a kid in the world and your husband's elbow deep in Clorox?
Yeah, I mean, the problem is I think it should be a balance, and I can honestly say that I want the guy that I'm, seeing. Obviously, you cannot force or like feelings or something like that, but I really hope that I marry a little bit wealthy. Not because I'm shallow, not because I need the Porsche and the Chanel bag, but just like you say, just to secure a little bit for the future, because I do want kids in the future. So yeah, I would definitely be stressed out if he didn't have that.
What about you, Steven? Do you want Amanda's kids?
Do I want Amanda's kids?
Do you want my kids?
I would, but I don't have the wealth. I have the dishwashing abilities. I feel like I don't look for wealth per se, but I look for ambition, and a lot of times that goes hand in hand. But I'd rather pick someone who is broke but has the drive and ambition, and I see us succeeding and winning together, than someone who has it all already but we don't have as much of a connection. So the connection is more in the wealth, but the people I'm attracted to are ambitious people anyways, and I know that it'll eventually lead to some kind of abundance.
I got a hypothetical for you.
For me?
Yeah.
I just need to say this really quickly because it's a little bit what you're saying, because I had this question because my lifelong crush has been Seth MacFarlane. You know that.
Right.
And someone asked me, like, what if he didn't have all that money and the fame, if he just lost it all? And I'm like, yeah, so what? Because it has to do with his personality, just like you said, like his drive, his ambition about creating, and he's creating all these different kind of areas. He not only does Family Guy, he does music and, produce movies. So yes, it's all about his personality. So it's not about the money. If you're like having a crush on someone that got the money from their parents or stuff like that, then it's a little bit harder. So yeah, I totally feel you when you say that someone should be ambitious.
Shit, you know what I just realized? Last night was the fucking Powerball and I missed it.
What?
The
Powerball?
Powerball.
Was it that yesterday?
The lottery?
Yeah, it was half.
You follow that?
Well, I just saw. It's a half. Was it the Korean spa yesterday? And they were playing it in one of the jjimjilbang rooms, and it was up to 500. It was up to $500 million.
So you're thinking about wealth because
Have
we're
you ever heard
speaking about
the manifestation technique to win the lottery?
No, what is it?
No, what is it?
You can do it depends on your skill level, but you can do it basically in 30 days if you really, really build up the excitement of what it feels like to win, and you really own that sensation and feeling viscerally through your body. And if I just gave you $1 million, you'd feel a certain sensation, right? You'd feel an extreme rush of excitement. That excitement is just being produced by your brain now. If you can produce those sensations and feelings within your consciousness and your body, then you're going to have to get a manifestation in the physical reality that matches it, because it's all a mirror. It's all a mirror reflection of what you're putting out and where you're vibrating. So this technique, I've seen YouTube videos on it. Basically, for 30 days straight, you focus on that feeling. You convince yourself you already won the lottery. Where did it happen? How did it feel? What were the numbers you picked? And then once you're inspired to go get that ticket, these people, they don't win $500 million, but I think one woman won like 50K, and you win something if you can actually focus on that. But so often our frequency is getting tugged at from the outside world all the time, and all the stresses and just like the muddy soup that goes on within our mind, that we don't have a strong belief system of abundance or wealth, and we have trouble sticking to that momentum. It's like, oh, I can win $1 million, I can do it, but it's not in front of me right now, and this is actually my life. That's not true. That was just like a funny thing we talked about. That's not real. This is my real life. This is who I actually am. But people that really can meditate and focus on that, it works. And it works all the time in negative and positive ways.
Why aren't you doing it?
I don't know. It's core beliefs of momentums that make it difficult to stay on that track.
I'm going to practice that. I'm going to practice my frequency of getting rich. I just feel it.
We should.
How about if any of us win the lottery, we split it?
Why are you
Should we
trying to
sit
hijack our manifestations? He wants a
you
manifestation
wouldn't split.
commission.
If you won, you wouldn't split it with us.
Well, we can say it on camera and then you video evidence. Do you want
Okay.
No.
Okay.
We all have to buy tickets.
We're gonna be meditating. And
Fine,
you're
how
gonna
about
do
this?
Voice.
Okay.
Hey, I'm sorry to come into your
We can all-
your meditation right now, but can I get 10%? Like, Brian, get
Okay,
get out of
next
my head.
episode, we're going to have our tickets.
Ooh, next episode. Okay. And how about this? The winner only has to give the other two 5% each.
No.
You want to split it 3 ways?
Yeah, we split 3 ways.
How about we all buy 3 tickets and we split whatever the winnings are 3 ways?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, let's do it.
I will do that. Even if it's $1 million, I'll
Yeah.
split
So
it.
next
split
week
it.
we're
We
gonna
have it on
have-
camera.
We're going to
It's
have
legally binding.
3 lottery tickets.
Would
Yeah.
you do that if you won $1 million? Would you give 333?
He would
to each?
not.
I like how you're like, Brian hasn't said yes yet. Let me
Well, 'cause I saw a
clarify
look on your face.
camera.
I saw a look on your face, and you would find some way to be like, "This is ridiculous. I bought the ticket.
I didn't
Yeah,
say it.
I would
I
split
never
it.
said that. I don't care."
You will split it.
If it's over $1 million, we split it.
If it's over $1 million?
Yeah.
But if it's like 50K?
You still want to split it?
Yeah.
Split it no matter what. You should say.
Yeah, we
it's under
split
$1
it.
million.
It doesn't matter what it is.
All
if
right.
it's like $10,
Let's go right. Should we go to 7-Eleven
This
buy
is the
one?
exact opposite
Yeah,
of what I just
let's
said.
do
We're
it.
all like getting stressed out about the potential winnings. Now we're doing the exact opposite. We're bringing fear into it. I don't know if we should get the ticket. I want to split it. We're doing
We're all like, wait, I don't want to split it.
the
I don't
point.
wanna-
The
and
point.
then we're not even gonna buy the ticket.
The point is to realize that the money's always flowing to you anyways, and that you can't be in fear of, I don't want to give it away because then it's gone for good. If you
Yeah.
give it away, you're
I'm
gonna
pretty sure I'm gonna
perpetuate
win.
more money.
I have a really good feeling that I'm gonna win all the money.
How are you gonna split it though?
Are
Are you? Because if so, we're not gonna meditate. We're gonna let you do that, and we're gonna split.
All right, so we're gonna split it 3 ways.
Yeah. Let's split the winning. Let's have it on next
500 million
episode.
each. That's enough. We can live on that hopefully for life.
5 million each.
No, 150 million each roughly.
If you invest
150
it,
million each.
Is enough?
if you
Are
invest
you out
it-
to lunch? That's
and-
way more than enough. 150
You could
million
spend that
dollars.
fast. You buy a house for 10 mil.
Why would you be buying a house for 10
You have
mil?
150 million.
You invest it. You invest 130 million of that and live off of 20, and then you can become a billionaire if you do it right.
Yeah, I thought.
Or
about that
you're
too.
spending
Or
10
you only
million on
have
a
20
house.
million left. You could, that could go fast.
No, you don't have to
Car,
invest.
house, a few vacations.
I don't think
And then
you don't think you can live off. You don't think you live comfortably off
A cocaine addiction. I don't know.
$150 million. You can live
Probably,
comfortably
probably.
off
Dude,
of
so many-
$100,000 a year.
When you're that, our whole life changes.
What would you do with the money?
Snort it. No, I'm kidding. I don't do drugs.
no. So if you want to sponsor us,
No, I think actually, I think your best bet is not to take the lump sum, but to get the payments through life, because then you're guaranteed.
No, I would take the lump sum.
Would you? Because then
Yes.
you lose.
yeah, me too.
The lump
Because
sum-
you don't know what's going to happen. The banking system, the Federal Reserve is so sketchy and untrustworthy. You don't know what's going to happen.
but you would
Something
only get
can happen to you that we're going to indict Brian on some crime and we're going to peg it on him and you lose all your money.
True.
You need to take that bag and run with it as soon as they're ready to give it to
So
you.
there are 500 million. I think it's only get 30% if you take all at once, right?
You take the lump sum. You always take the
So
lump
what's
sum.
30% of 500 million?
What if the economy crashes? Like, oh, sorry, it's in the fine print that the lottery is like contingent on
Is
the,
it?
on the interest rates and
So what are you doing with your money? Your 100 million.
I'm not sure yet.
Well, you can have it if you by next episode.
I mean,
so.
yeah. Well, I would probably buy a house,
How funny would it be if we actually
house
all
and an
win?
apartment.
A house and an apartment.
Yeah, I would have
where?
a house here in LA and then an apartment in New York.
What would you?
and then I'd
budget
have a
for your
house in Miami too.
I haven't been to Miami.
We have to go.
Yeah, let's go.
I'd buy a house up the street from here on that one street, Sprawling. That 4 million one. It's pretty nice.
If you had $150 million,
$4 million?
you would live just a few blocks from here where there's homeless people shitting on the
No,
streets.
Sprawling. It's not that. It's
Spalding?
like yeah.
I've been there.
Sprawling.
Think of the areas that are available here in the hills, on the beach.
The hills.
Bel
is
Air?
Oh yeah, I guess I'd
You'd
go,
pick a lot that's 5 feet away from the next house.
Wait,
Brian's
a
really
nice house. It was
fucking
a
his way to the
nice-
middle.
It was a nice house.
I would honestly probably pick a house that's like Topanga or something where it's completely off the beaten path of this, but I would
You're really into Topanga.
Yeah.
no,
Can
I'm
we do a Topanga?
Topanga is
podcast?
basically
Can we go-
Malibu.
Can we go to
It's-
Topanga? I've never been.
I also want to go.
Let's go. When you're back from the Nash.
Yeah, so I'm flying to Nashville tonight, and I'll be back next week on Wednesday.
We have to get the lottery tickets though.
Yeah, but we'll do it next week when
No,
I'm
we
back.
get it now because otherwise someone else is gonna win by next week.
Oh,
Oh.
when's the drawing?
It was last night.
We need to meditate for 30 days. We don't have belief systems that are going to let us win.
Maybe.
Carrie's ready.
Okay, but we can do the lottery ticket either after we
Let's do it
are
today.
ending this podcast. Yeah, today, or we'll do it next
Why don't we
week.
each? Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're each gonna buy the Mega Millions, $2 and $1 scratch off. So we each spend $3.
Okay, sounds good.
What's the max you can win on the dollar one?
It's actually not
$2.
that much usually. It's like 1,000.
We're doing like the white trash version of enlightenment. Yeah, we'll flip a coin and then we'll do blackjack at the East LA.
But I
casino.
mean, if we do the scratch thing, we should do it on the podcast,
we should.
right? So we can see if we win
cool.
anything.
So let's get the Mega Million today, and then we'll get scratchers and do them on live.
Let's
But
do it
Okay.
Wednesday next
But
week.
they already gonna announce the Mega Million winner by
Oh
next
yeah,
week.
probably. So then we can put your report. We
Can
did
you
not
imagine
win.
if we wanted?
And then there's
we
all this
will
video,
win.
like,
Some of us will.
all this. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
That would be so crazy. This would be a documentary before life before
This footage
the
would be
million.
This would
splashed all
go-
over the
oh my-
news.
and also be used in court because all of us would be suing each other probably.
No,
I was joking. No, Amanda, it was serious. No.
If I
I will
in
split
Sweden,
it.
it's not legally blind.
if I had the money, I'd probably get a nice like condo more in the city, but I'd want like a residence like a little bit outside of the city.
Would you stay in LA?
I'd have one home here. $150 million. I wouldn't stay in one place. New York.
Where would you want to live?
Probably a place in Massachusetts, a place in an apartment in New York, Miami, and
There's too many
in
places.
LA.
I would just say no. I'd get one place in the hotel everywhere else, or timeshare. Be one of those guys. I don't.
You have
Uh,
$150
what?
million. You're doing timeshares. I'd probably Airbnb a place.
No,
I wouldn't
yeah.
get my own place. I'd do a shared room. Make sure the host is okay.
I would do. I don't know. Where
I would
I'd
buy
do
it all.
Yeah, why not? And then you can always sell it. These are assets you can sell. It's not
Yeah.
a sunken cost.
I
It's a
w-
sunken
I would
cost if you live in
probably
hotels.
Fund,
Yeah.
I would fund my own movie for sure. Maybe not.
About what?
That would blow all the money.
That's a way to blow a lot
Yeah,
of money.
that's
a
money.
lot of
How
money.
much
Tommy Wiseau blew like $50 million on the room.
Did he really?
Yeah.
50 million?
Yes. Something like that.
That's
No.
crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
Hey Siri, how much did Tommy Russo spend on the room?
Tommy Wiseau.
I don't see Tommy Wiseau in your contacts. Businesses with that name.
Hey Siri, how much was the movie The Room?
Budget.
Here are movies matching The Room. The Room.
You have to stop asking her. She
Yeah,
never
just
gives
stop.
accurate
This is
answers.
3 people on a couch, not 3 people in an AI.
Why do we even have this? It never works.
I never use it. It's
No,
never
no
works.
one
Siri,
ever
Siri
used
is
it.
like gross to me. Alexa, the idea that these things are always listening and waiting to mine my data and listen in, I find it disgusting. To be honest, I don't find it.
You know who's
useful.
not going to sponsor this podcast?
Nor do I want it.
I mean,
I'd
I
take it.
honestly had like 4 Google Homes back in Sweden.
4?
Yeah.
Wait, what did you
And-
call the Google Home?
What do you mean?
Like
it's just
Siri, Alexa?
like, I just say, "Hey Google," and then it answered. And that was actually the best one of the AIs that was available. And they also like controlled my entire life, my all my lamps, and like my power sources.
You got a smart house.
Your
Yeah, I
dating,
got a
your
smart-
Tinder profile. Hello,
my
man.
dating.
Nice place for you.
Honestly, I came from a Google broken home, so it was just a little different for me to have that technology around. It a lot of triggered like trauma for me.
I get it.
But real talk, I don't like the idea of things listening in on me.
I don't really care too much
you
because
like
I
the
don't.
big
We don't care now, but when they're building like the Amanda file and they know all your habits and they're tracking, you know, everywhere you are, it's too much.
Hang on. When they're building
They already
Amanda file- yeah.
are. But when they're taking it to another
All-
level,
All of your online
can-
activities currently tracked, right?
Yeah.
Everything. Every search browser, Facebook, Google, everything you search, look up, all of your insecurities, your fears, your loves. The only thing it doesn't do is not allowed to put a name to you, but it puts a number to you instead to track everything. So
they
everything
put a name to you.
No, they don't.
Okay, Brian. they
Well,
don't.
okay, well, officially they're
That
not
helps you
supposed
sleep
to.
well at night. The thing that they're trying to do is now scan your face, and now they can create a replica of you. That's where it goes too far, where they create like an AI Amanda.
I love this though because I love sci-fi movies.
You're like, you want
I
it to happen.
love. No, I mean,
How do we know if it's the real you? What if they already sent
Do you know
it?
James
Who
Dean is
knows?
coming back for a movie?
Oh, hologram?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
no, I didn't know.
You know who James Dean was?
No.
He was an actor, Rebel Without a Cause. He died in the 60s? 60s or 50s?
And he's
Didn't he-
coming
isn't
back
it-
for a
isn't
movie.
the breakfast sausage guy?
What?
Jimmy Dean, right?
No, James. You know who James Dean is?
Yeah, he's like the old Hollywood actor.
He's not old. He died in his when he was 28.
And all
But like
the
crashed his car.
1950s Hollywood.
Yeah, Rebel Without a Cause. He was a guy, James Dean, slick back hair, leather jacket, white tee, James Dean.
yeah, I know. Who it
So
is.
he died, and his he's dead. And
Remember that guy you loved? He died a brutal life. brutal.
A studio.
Never coming back in a million years.
A studio bought his rights, his likeness, his voice, his image, and they recreated it using AI. So he's starring alongside real actors in an upcoming war film.
That is awesome, though.
However, his
That is
family is
so
a little
cool.
bit angry because he was against the war and he's starring as a soldier.
But do they even need actors anymore if they're just going to be doing this?
No.
Right now, well, no. Eventually they won't.
In terms of AIs, like AIs are great as long as we can get them working symbiotically with humans and not replacing us or taking over
Never happened.
control of our society. That's why I'm not big on like, yeah, AIs in movies, yeah, AIs in this and that, because it's all the tiptoe of going towards something that can easily get out of control. That being said, I'm buying a sex doll as soon as I can afford it.
All right, it's the outro.
Guys, thank you so much for watching.
Already an hour
This is 3 people on a couch, and we're going to be coming at you.
with a lottery ticket that we're gonna split.
Lottery tickets. We're going to come at you at different cities, different couches, same lovable personalities. Brian, Amanda, and Steve, thanks for watching, guys.
Bye. I don't use the apps because the apps doesn't work for me.
Liar. Sorry.
I have the apps. Like,
Oh, I don't use the
Amanda,
Oh, but
I
I-
met you on Venmo.
I don't like massages.
You're a misogynist.